We're constantly bombarded with all these productivity hacks and superfood trends, right? But what actually works? Today, we're going to cut through all that noise and get right to the science of what your brain really needs every single day to not just survive, but to truly thrive. We're going to look at the simple choices that make a huge difference.
All right, let's just start with a quick gut check. Seriously, think about what you had for breakfast this morning. How are you handling stress today? And how sharp, how focused do you feel right now? Are these little daily habits building you a better, faster brain, or are they kind of unknowingly holding you back? By the time we're done here, you'll know the answer.
First up, let's dive into something scientists are getting super excited about right now. It's this direct line of communication between your gut and your brain. And I'm not talking about some vague gut feeling here. This is a physical, biological superhighway.
For literally centuries, people have talked about having a gut feeling. Oh, guess what? It's not just a metaphor. Science is now actually mapping the real biological pathways that prove it. We're finding that specific hormones made in your gut can travel right up to your brain and influence everything from how you feel to what you remember. And the main piece of hardware for all this communication, it's called the vagus nerve. Seriously, think of it like a fiber optic cable running straight from your stomach to your brain's command center. The information it sends isn't just a vague feeling. It's real data that's shaping how you think and feel every moment. Now tuck that name away, the vagus nerve, because it's going to be important later. So if our gut is having this constant chat with our brain, it really begs the question, what are we feeding that conversation? Because the food you eat literally becomes the language your gut uses to talk to your mind. So let's take a look at the kind of fuel your brain is actually designed to run on.
Okay, the science on this is incredibly black and white. On one hand, you've got these amazing nutrients like omega-3s and flavonoids. Study after study shows they actively help the connections between your brain cells, making your brain more flexible, more plastic, and just plain better. And on the other side, diets full of saturated and trans fats. They've been shown to do the exact opposite. They actually reduce your brain's ability to process information. But how does this all work on a molecular level? I mean, what's really going on in there? Well, it turns out there's a specific protein that acts like a master switch for your brain's health, and its levels are hugely influenced by what's on your plate.
And that hero is brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Yeah, it's a mouthful, so we'll just call it BDNF. The absolute best way to think about this stuff is like miracle grow for your brain. It helps your existing brain cells survive and, this is the cool part, it encourages the growth of new ones and new connections. This is literally the physical basis of learning. So the bottom line is simple. More BDNF equals a healthier, smarter brain. And this is where it all clicks into place. It's a simple formula, really. Those brain-boosting foods we just mentioned, the ones with omega-3s and flavonoids, they've been shown in studies to directly ramp up your brain's production of BDNF. Meanwhile, diets high in junk food, saturated fats, and sugar, they do the exact opposite. They actively shut down the production of this vital protein. Okay, so this is the fun part. Where do you actually find this good stuff? Well, here's your cheat sheet. For those crucial omega-3s, think fatty fish like salmon. Or, if you're not a fish person, walnuts and flax seeds are fantastic. For flavonoids, just look for color. Berries, citrus fruits, but also green tea and even high-quality cocoa. And don't forget curcumin, that amazing compound in turmeric, and B vitamins from things like spinach. But look, you could be eating the most perfect diet in the world and still be working against yourself. Building a better brain isn't just about adding good fuel. You also have to protect the engine from damage. And chronic stress? Well, that is probably your brain's single biggest threat. The main villain in this part of our story is a hormone called cortisol. Now, in small bursts, it's actually useful. It gets you ready for fight or flight. But when we're stressed out all the time, our brain gets flooded with it. And that constant flood can literally damage and shrink your hippocampus. And yeah, that's the exact same part of the brain we're trying to grow with BDNF. So you see, managing stress isn't just a nice idea. It's absolutely essential.
So, what's the secret weapon? What's the most direct, powerful, and frankly, cheapest tool we have to fight back against this daily stress? The answer is so simple, you might not believe it. It's something you're already doing about 20,000 times a day.
Hey, remember that superhighway, the vagus nerve? Well, it's back. And it turns out, deep, slow breathing is how you manually take control of it. When you breathe deeply, right from your belly, you send a powerful signal straight up that nerve that basically tells your entire body, hey, we're safe, time to calm down. It is literally the emergency brake for your body's stress engine.
Let me break down exactly how it works. It's like a chain reaction. Step 1, you take that deep, slow breath.
That stimulates the vagus nerve. Step 2. The nerve then flips the switch on your rest and digest system. And step 3, your heart rate immediately slows down, and most importantly, those damaging cortisol levels start to fall. It's a direct physical intervention you can do anytime, anywhere.
So as we start to put all these pieces together, it becomes really clear that you just can't look at diet and stress as separate things. The choices you make at the kitchen table and the choices you make to manage your mind, they're all part of one single unified strategy for your brain's long-term health.
So if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. It's an integrated system. It's not about diet or stress, it's about diet and stress. Eating the right foods builds your brain up by boosting BDNF. At the same time, managing your stress with something as simple as breathing protects that same brain from damage. They are two sides of the same coin, and they work together to keep you sharp.
And get this, the impact of these daily choices might go even deeper than you can possibly imagine. There's this incredible new research happening that suggests our lifestyle can actually influence how our genes get expressed. And as this quote from a major scientific journal points out, the implications are just, well, they're profound.
And that leaves us with a really mind-bending question to chew on. By consciously fueling our brains and managing our stress, are we just making ourselves better? Or could we actually be influencing the cognitive health of the next generation? Now that is some serious food for thought.
So what's one small change you are going to make today after hearing all this? Maybe it's just adding some walnuts to your oatmeal. Or maybe it's setting a timer for 1 minute to just breathe.
If you found this useful, do me a favor and help spread the word by hitting that like button and sharing it. And of course, to make sure you don't miss what we break down next, subscribe and ring that little bell.
And always remember, taking care of your brain is just one part of taking care of your whole body. For any physical therapy or pain relief needs you might have, our clinic is always here to help you out.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You can find more info at the website you see on the screen. Stay curious, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.